Well, we're counting them down, guys. Christmas is officially only a couple of short days away, and if you're anything like me, you're probably going to be picking a handful of movies for a Christmas Eve marathon. I think we all enjoy doing this for the most part, but I think most people would prefer classics like A Christmas Story or A Miracle on 34th Street, or maybe perhaps even the claymation films like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But if you happen to be more of a Halloween is every day type of person like myself, then cheerful classics might not be the only thing you want to add to your list. So I thought today I would present to you guys what I personally believe to be 5 must-watch Christmas horror essentials. Number 1 is Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is my all-time favorite Christmas horror film, and most likely one of the very first ones that comes to mind for all horror fans. Released in 1984, the plotline focuses on a young adult named Billy, whom as a child witnessed the death of his parents at the hands of a killer in a Santa outfit. After years spent in a Catholic orphanage, one Christmas season finally sends him into a psychotic breakdown, to which he then embarks on a holiday murder spree. If you're looking for a stack of movies for a Christmas Eve marathon, there is no reason whatsoever that this one shouldn't be included. Number 2 is Black Christmas. What might be considered the most recognizable Christmas horror film of all time, this 1974 horror mystery is centered around a group of young women who are being stalked by a shadowy killer during Christmas in a sorority house. The killer, who is only remembered by the name Billy, was inspired off of the classic urban legend, The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. Now, while the 2006 remake was not that great in my opinion, the original is a classic and definitely provides a whole lot more of the simplistic, creepy elements. Number 3 is Krampus. This one is definitely a runner-up for best holiday horror movies to me. Released in 2015, this horror comedy follows a dysfunctional family that gathers for the holidays when the son accidentally unleashes the ancient demon of Christmas known as Krampus. Along with his diabolical toy crew and elves, Krampus then begins to stalk the family, dragging each one of them away one by one. The level of slapstick humor matched against the foreboding sense of dread was such a perfect combination, and just enough to keep you laughing before giving you another scare. Number 4 is Who Slew Annie Rue. If you haven't heard of this one, that's okay, I don't know of many that have. But it still doesn't stop me from recommending it, as it's definitely a classic and an oftentimes overlooked gem. Released in 1971, this British horror mystery is centered around a retired and lonely actress that is grieving the loss of her daughter. On Christmas Eve, she invites a handful of orphan children to her house for a holiday party, where she then meets and begins to obsess over a young girl that resembles her child. This film also happens to be a retelling of the classic Grimm's fairy tale Hansel and Gretel. And number 5 is Jack Frost. This one is so terrible, it's fantastic. And no, just so we're aware, this is not the lovable adaptation starring Michael Keaton. This 1997 horror comedy follows a serial killer named Jack Frost, whom after enduring a car crash becomes transformed into a terrifying mutant snowman. Soon the bodies begin to pile up, while the town sheriff who originally caught Frost to begin with becomes convinced that the killer is somehow returned. Now yes, of course, the graphics are not amazing and some of the humor is a bit ridiculous, but it's one of those movies that you can't help but love. And there you have it, guys. If any of those movies weren't originally added to your watch list, then you should definitely check them out. Thank you all so much for checking out today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to show your support by smashing that like button and giving my channel a follow. Happy holidays to all, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Hadisa Kwanzaa, and until next time, take care, my friends.